Hey there, lovely people. Welcome back to the channel, your favorite space for everything about love, dating, and deep connection. I'm so glad you're here today because we're about to dive into a really important and honestly empowering conversation. Let's get real for a second. When we're wrapped up in the butterflies, the lingering looks, those long late night talks that stretch past midnight, it's so easy to get carried away by all the excitement and passion. The spark feels electric, the chemistry is intense, and suddenly it might seem like getting physical is just the obvious next step. And you know what? There's absolutely nothing wrong with wanting to be close. Being physically intimate can be a truly beautiful part of a romantic bond. It can deepen your connection, create unforgettable moments, and bring you even closer to each other. But here's the thing. Before you take that step, there's something even more meaningful than just physical chemistry, and that's emotional awareness and intentional connection. Before you take that beautiful and vulnerable step into intimacy, there are a few key questions you should be asking. Not because you need to interrogate him or put him on the spot, but because you have the right to know where you stand, emotionally, mentally, and within the relationship. Because here's the truth, sex isn't only physical, it's also an emotional experience, and when you share that moment with someone who truly respects, understands, and values you, it becomes something even more special. So today, I'm going to take you through some powerful questions to ask a man before becoming intimate. These aren't awkward or heavy questions, they're empowering. They show that you value yourself, your body, and your emotions. Asking the right questions before intimacy can build understanding, set the foundation for trust, and lead to a much deeper, more real connection. If you've ever asked yourself, how do I know if we're both really ready? Or how do I protect my feelings without ruining the mood? Then this is the video for you. Let's get into it, because your heart, your peace, and your future deserve open truth and meaningful connection. The first question you should ask him is, what are you honestly looking for right now? This might sound simple, and you might feel a little shy asking it because you don't want to come off as too forward or scare him off. But trust me, asking this one question is one of the strongest and smartest things you can do. Why? Because when feelings are high and attraction is strong, it's really easy to assume you're both on the same page. You might think, well, we're spending all this time together. He must want the same thing I want. But those assumptions can be risky. They often lead to confusion and heartbreak. Asking directly, in a gentle and open way, creates space for honesty. It allows him to tell you if he's interested in something serious or just enjoying the present without thinking long term. And pay close attention to his response. If he seems unsure or says something like, I'm just going with the flow, or I'm not really looking for anything deep right now, listen closely. I know it's tempting to think, maybe he just needs time, or maybe I can change his mind. But here's the deal. A man who's ready for something meaningful will say it clearly. You won't have to guess. When you ask this question, you're not just guarding your heart. You're showing deep respect for yourself. You're saying, I care enough about me to get clear before I share something so intimate. That kind of confidence and self-worth is incredibly attractive. You're also sending a clear message about how you expect to be treated. You're letting him know, I'm not someone who casually stumbles into intimacy. I'm someone you choose with intention, and the right men will respect that deeply. The wrong ones might drift away, and that's actually a blessing, because you're not here to prove your worth to someone. You're here to match with someone who already sees it. Now, when you bring this question up, keep it warm and light-hearted. Don't make it too heavy. Try saying something like, I really enjoy spending time with you. I'm just curious, what are you hoping to find right now when it comes to relationships? That one question can save you months of confusion. It helps you stay in control of your love life instead of just hoping things turn out how you want. Always remember, your heart, your time, and your body matter. You absolutely have the right to ask for honesty before giving any part of yourself. Next, you'll want to ask something like, how do you view physical closeness in a relationship? This question is powerful because it shows you how he sees intimacy on a deeper level. Not everyone thinks of physical connection in the same way. Some people view it as fun and light. Others see it as deeply emotional. Knowing how he sees it can help you avoid future heartache. When you ask him about how he sees intimacy, you're really giving him space to show his emotional side and share a bit about what intimacy means to him. Does he talk about how it builds trust and brings two people closer? Or does he treat it like something casual that doesn't carry much emotional weight? There's no judgment either way. It's all about understanding where your views align. Let's say you're someone who feels really emotionally connected after intimacy. You attach trust and care to that experience. If the person you're with sees it as just something fun with no strings, that mismatch can lead to hurt. By asking this question, you're not trying to pressure him into saying the right thing. You're simply learning how he thinks about intimacy. The beautiful part is when you ask this, it shows him that you're intentional, that you care about building a true connection, not just chasing a temporary moment. And that's powerful. You don't have to get super serious with your tone either. You can keep it relaxed and even a little playful. Try saying, I feel like closeness can mean different things to different people. What does it mean to you? The way he responds will say a lot. Does he mention emotional safety, trust, and growth? Or does he avoid going deeper and laugh it off? Watch not only what he says, but how he says it. Does he seem engaged? Does he take a moment to think about it? Or does he change the subject quickly? The kind of guy who wants something real won't back away from conversations like this. In fact, he'll appreciate you even more for asking. He'll see that you're someone with depth, someone who doesn't give herself away easily, but wants to build something meaningful. And that's the type of connection that lasts. When you ask this kind of question, you're setting standards. Before you even step into a situation you can't undo. You're building trust and creating emotional safety, the kind of safety that makes physical closeness even more special. Never feel bad for asking. Never hold back from wanting clarity. Love, real love, grows in honesty. Lastly, another amazing question to ask before becoming intimate is, what makes you feel most connected to someone? This one goes far beyond attraction. It gives you a glimpse into what really matters to him emotionally. And trust me, most people don't even think to ask something like this. That's exactly why it sets you apart. Because real connection isn't about texting constantly or even spending a lot of time together. It's about being truly seen, heard, and accepted. Everyone has different things that make them feel close to someone else, even if they don't always know how to express it. By asking this, you're encouraging him to share the emotional side of himself. Some men might say they feel connected when they can talk freely without judgment. Others might say it's laughing together or experiencing new things. Whatever he says, listen carefully. His answer gives you real insight into how to bond with him, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally too. And that's what real intimacy is made of. You can keep this light and curious too. Try something like, I love hearing what makes people feel close to each other. What does that look like for you? You'll be surprised by how honest and open some people get when you ask with kindness. Also, When you care about this kind of emotional closeness, you show him you're different. You're not rushing into things. You're creating space for something deeper. And again, notice how he reacts. Is he open? Does he reflect a little before answering? Or does he seem uncomfortable talking about deeper stuff? His comfort level with emotional conversations tells you a lot. A man who's emotionally ready for something real won't avoid it, he'll welcome it. He'll see you as a woman of depth and honesty, someone who isn't just looking for a good time, but a meaningful connection. These questions don't just protect your heart. They attract the kind of love you truly deserve. So don't be afraid to ask them. Don't feel like you have to hold back. You have every right to seek honesty, to ask for clarity, and to want emotional safety before you take that next step. That's not only wise, it's beautiful. His answer to that comes when you ask what really makes him feel emotionally connected. If you're doing something most people shy away from, you're building true intimacy before jumping into the physical. You're basically saying, I don't just want your body, I want your heart, your mind, your soul. And when the right kind of man hears that, the one who's truly ready for deep love, it's going to draw him closer to you in a way no kiss, no touch, no heated moment ever could. Real emotional connection makes everything richer, including the physical side. So don't be afraid to go there, because when you do, you're not just letting him into your space, you're inviting him into something far more meaningful. Another important question to ask before becoming physically intimate is, what are you honestly looking for right now? Now, I know this one might sound a bit scary, maybe even feel a little awkward, but the truth is that it's one of the most powerful and self-respecting things you can do. Because here's the deal. If you don't know where he stands, how can you tell if you're setting yourself up for something real or walking straight into heartbreak? Asking what he's looking for isn't about forcing a relationship on the spot. It's about being brave enough to be clear with him and with yourself. The magic of this question is that it puts everything out in the open without applying pressure. It's not, do you want something serious with me right this second? It's more like, where's your heart at these days? Maybe he's healing from something recent. Maybe he's been hoping to find something real but hasn't come across the right connection. Or maybe he's still figuring things out. Whatever it is, you have every right to know, because your heart isn't something to gamble on a maybe. The way you bring up this topic really matters. Stay relaxed, warm, and open-minded. You could say something like, I'm someone who likes to be on the same page. Just out of curiosity, what are you looking for these days? Something casual, something serious, or are you still figuring it out? See how that lands? It's calm, it's grown up, and it doesn't push him. It simply brings clarity into the space. And here's the strong part. A man who's serious about you, one who truly wants something deeper, will respect you for bringing it up. He'll even feel relief that you can be honest without guessing what you want to hear. And if he's not aligned with what you want, you'll know. You won't have to waste time wondering, hoping, or getting emotionally attached to someone who's walking a different path. Because there's nothing more isolating than lying next to someone who doesn't actually want the same things you do. By asking this question, you're saying my heart matters, my body matters, my time matters, and that is incredibly attractive. That kind of presence makes a man think, wow, she really knows who she is. She's not chasing attention, she's careful about who she lets in. Men are drawn to women who value themselves deeply, and trust me, when you're willing to ask the right questions, even the slightly awkward ones, you step into your full power, confidence, and natural magnetism. So don't shy away from it. Say it with love. Say it with curiosity. Say it from that deep inner place that knows, no matter how he answers, you'll be okay. Because when you respect yourself enough to ask the truth, you invite in a kind of love that's actually worth your time. Another question that matters deeply is, are you all right with talking about protection? This might not sound romantic, but it's actually one of the most respectful and caring questions you can ask. You're not just discussing safety, you're opening up honest communication. And how he responds to that tells you a lot about what kind of man he is. Is he open, respectful, considerate? Or does he dodge the conversation? That answer will reveal more than you might expect. You can be light and calm when you bring it up. Say something like, I'm just the kind of person who likes to be clear on things. That simple line opens the door to a deeper and healthier conversation. Another often overlooked question is, are you okay with communication after we've slept together? This one is huge because here's the truth. What happens after matters just as much, sometimes even more, than what happens during. A lot of people assume that if you sleep together, of course there will be follow-up, right? But sadly, that's not always the case. Sometimes you end up staring at your phone, feeling that sinking feeling as hours pass without a single message. That's a painful experience that no one should have to go through. Asking about staying connected afterward isn't you being needy. It's you being mature. It's saying, if we take this step, I just want to know that the emotional respect continues after the physical connection. That's a strong, loving move. When you ask this, you're letting him show you his true character. Is he someone who checks in, wants to continue building a connection and makes you feel seen? Or is he just there for the moment with no care for what happens afterward? You're giving him a chance to rise, and if he's the right kind of man, he absolutely will. You don't need to say it like you're reading legal terms. Keep it playful and genuine. Maybe say something like, just so you know, if we cross that line, I'm still the kind of girl who loves a sweet good morning text. Think you could handle that? Or, I'm someone who likes to stay connected even after the magic. This keeps the tone fun, but also sets your expectations clearly. Because post-intimacy communication isn't about being clingy. It's about emotional safety. It's about knowing your vulnerability is held with care, not ignored. It's about feeling valued, not used. And here's the beautiful part. The right man will be thankful you asked. He'll admire the way you respect yourself. He'll want to meet you with that same energy. A man who's ready for something real will hear that and think, finally, a woman who knows her value and speaks her truth. And if he isn't okay with it, if he brushes it off, hesitates, or downplays the importance of checking in, then congratulations. He just showed you he's not the right one. He saved you from investing more of your heart in someone who isn't prepared for the kind of closeness you want. At the end of the day, physical connection should be about feeling safe, cared for, and valued before, during, and after. Asking about communication afterward proves that you're not just after a moment. You're looking for something that lasts. And when you hold that line, the right man will gladly meet you there, and it will feel more rewarding than you ever expected. Asking these questions doesn't make things heavy, it makes them real. It shows strength. It shows that you're not afraid to say, I know my value, I respect my body, I protect my heart. When you ask thoughtful questions before getting physical, you shift the entire energy. You stop hoping to be treated right and start showing people how you expect to be treated. You're not waiting for love to maybe happen. You're actively moving toward the love you truly want, fully aware and confident. And the amazing thing is, when a man sees that you respect yourself enough to speak up like this, It motivates the right ones to rise. It pulls in men who are emotionally ready, mature, and capable of deep love. It makes you unforgettable. It makes you powerful. It makes you magnetic. To speak up, ask the things that matter. Don't hold back from valuing yourself, because the woman who's willing to ask these questions is the woman who ends up with the relationship that so many only wish for. You deserve that. You've always deserved that. And if you felt connected to this message, if you're ready to grow into the kind of love that lasts, make sure you stay connected here. I'm here every week helping you become even more confident, even more magnetic, and more in control of your love life than ever. Give this a like if it spoke to your heart, and let me know in the comments what question hit you the hardest. I read every one and I'm always listening. If you want even more personal tools, tips, and guidance for creating a love life that truly feels like home, just remember, you are powerful, you are magnetic, and you are made for a love that feels safe, passionate, and real. I'll see you again soon.